broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
You know what I mean?
They're so comfortable. We were just chatting it up. I am with the beautiful Heather Thomson. Again, she's here at AfterBuzz. It was such a treat when I heard that she was in LA. And she's here gracing us with her presence again tonight. I'm Ashley Daniels with the amazing Heather Thomson.
What's up, Mama Bear?
First of all, guys, can we just talk about, I don't know if we can get a full shot, but it's a gift in and of itself that you're here. And then she brings me the coolest jeans ever. These are her jeans. These are her the skinny.
Yeah, my Yummy, super skinny, Yummy jeans.
Super skinny jeans.
Look at that tush. That is butt for days. That's what I'm talking about. That looks amazing. They look amazing.
Look, I got like a booty now with these jeans. And they are so comfortable. I feel like I'm wearing pajamas right now, and anybody who knows me knows that I'm living in pajamas 24/7 when I am not doing this type of job. I'm in pajamas, so now I can actually feel like I can walk around in these and just
you can love wearing your jeans again, right?
Yeah.
They're one of the hardest things to buy, and you love what they look like, but then like after an hour they stretch out, or you can't wait to get them off your body. You like peel them off when you get home. You like, get these off of me. And Yummie are so comfortable. My jeans are so comfortable. I wanted to love wearing my jeans again, and so I designed the ones that I needed.
It's so smart that you said that, because so many girls buy a pair of jeans a size smaller because they know it's going to stretch.
Yes.
And then they're going to be baggy in a week.
Right.
This is so genius.
Yes, they don't stretch. I did think it out. I've been a denim designer for a good part of my career.
Yes.
So, I understand the cloth, and I understand, denim and how to design it. And, just because when I launched Yummie, while shapewear was at our core, I launched with that one tank top. Everyone was like, oh, it's a shapewear brand. No, it isn't actually.
Right.
I'm a fashion designer that designs all kinds of things. So that's one of the elements that we ship. And I have bras and panties. The new bras are amazing. My panties are amazing. And they're 3 for $30. You know what I mean?
See,
which is like
so
amazing.
cool.
Like, I got tired myself of spending, $28 on my panties. It's like, really? And then you're like hanging them dry, and you're like, I don't have time for that.
No.
I just want a pair of, some great underwear, and then when they're done, I'll go get more. But they wear beautifully, the Outlast panties. And my newest Yummie jeans, I am so excited about it. The new super skinnies, which you have on, and a lot of new finishes and washes. You can check them out at yummylife.com.
They are so soft.
I know, and guess what else I did?
I cannot say it. And I'm petite. I'm 5'2", so I can never find a pair of jeans that fit me right. They're either too long. These, if I were taller, they will go down more. But I don't need to get them hemmed.
Yeah, no, you don't. The super skinny leg is really great like that. I agree. Totally agree. And you're right. They go from size 24 to size 34. So it's for everybody. Do you know what I mean? I remember after I had Jax and I went to buy jeans, and I needed a 32, and I would go to a contemporary store, and I could not, they would carry that.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, I mean, that's not even big, really. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. So I've been working a lot, and then a lot of launches coming up. The other thing, I was like, what else I did as you're talking, I just launched Active.
Well, I was gonna say, this is a great segue into, congratulations, first of all, because we were talking about this last time.
Yes, we were.
And it happened in September.
Yes, I had my baby.
You had your baby, your third baby.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
fourth or fifth. Yeah, John, once in a while. He can be counted as a third child.
Exactly. That's so cool. And there's certain, so I want you to explain though, but there's the cotton wow.
Yes.
So, and then there's the nylon seamless jacquard. How do you say that?
Jacquard. Yep, the jacquard.
The seamlessly shaped comfort control.
Yes.
So there's 3 aspects to it.
So what I did is, everyone's walking around in their activewear now on the streets.
Yeah.
That's not why I did it. I didn't do it because it's trending. I did it because it was the right progression for the brand and what I need. I'm an athlete.
Right.
And, you know, when I started working out with Will Torres at Will Space, my trainer, you know, 360 degrees of mirrors in a private training facility, now that's a reality check, you know?
Yeah.
And I could see through my pants, you know, they would stretch down or they would give me muffin top or whatever. And so like I wasn't getting out of my active what I wanted. And then also after a workout, if I was just lifting weights and I didn't really get totally wet and sweaty like I would in a boxing situation, I wanted to go from workout to go meet somebody for a coffee, or I had to hit a parent-teacher conference or whatever, and I didn't want to like look in my active wear. So Yummie mixes fashion and function. So you can leave the gym and it's not like the walk of shame in your active clothes, you know what I mean? You look fashionable still. You can throw the croc print cotton wow pants on with a heel and a tunic and go out and you look cool. You know what I mean?
I got it from my mom, actually, your leggings.
Yes.
From my mom for her birthday, and she just started working out again.
Yes.
So I got her the other leggings.
Yes, the Milans.
Yes.
Yeah, the high-waisted.
She's like 5 feet tall, maybe.
Yeah.
So she's so like she doesn't like going to the gym and seeing herself like when it's see-through, you know.
Yes.
So she lives in them. She wears them
Yay.
all the time.
I say they're the greatest leggings on earth.
Heels too.
Yes, exactly. That's the whole thing.
It's so funny.
I'm traveling right now. I just came from iSpa. I want to tell you about that, where we launched Active.
Yes,
but it's a packable. So I wear the legging on the plane, right, and then I get there to my destination and I throw on a heel and a dressy shirt and I wear them to dinner, and then I wear them in the morning on the treadmill in the gym.
It's so genius.
One pant brings me through three situations, and that's kind of what the Yummie brand is built on. You know, it's really built on versatility, comfort, everyday necessity. So it's not a shapewear brand. Yummie is a brand of essentials for the modern woman. So everyone needs denim in their wardrobe, but why can't you have great looking premium denim that fits well and that's comfortable?
Right.
That's what Yummie does. Everyone needs a legging, and my legging fits the best and looks the best. And then of course everyone needs active. Whether you're in the gym or not, we lead active lifestyles today.
Exactly.
You know, we're running around so much.
Well, one thing she did say, and it stood out to me, she said that when she sweats in them, they don't smell. Like, she goes throughout the day.
Yes.
And a lot of leggings smell after you go to the gym. They just have a weird...
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
they're quick dry. You know,
yeah,
it's a great...
that's what it is. They're quick dry.
You know, I use cotton in the Cotton Wow, the ones your mom has, and it's a natural fiber, and it's a great fiber. You get the cotton, you get the comfort of cotton, and you get the wearability of cotton, but with the compact cotton, the way that I knit the cotton, it gives you that nice compression, and then it's got the elasting in it, so it's a really high quality fabric.
And I have to just say, not to get more disgusting, but I don't have a camel toe in these at all.
No.
There's so many leggings that are skin tight that I sit down and I'm like, oh gosh, I need to get this like in the right area so I can sit comfortably.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, there's no problem.
You're gonna wear those. I'm telling you, you're gonna text me. You're gonna be like, girl, I have not taken off these jeans. I'm wearing them every day. That's how I am. I am so over the moon with every. You know what? You know, I'm 6 years into the company now, and you know, it's like you're finding your legs. You're always finding your legs. Like we hit our stride.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have really hit my stride. I got my team together. I've got the best nucleus, and I love my teams. And now we've hit our stride. Like everything's working. My factories are all like everything is just working, and we're blasting off. You know, so now it's the building mode again. It's like, you know, building again, because we really have hit our stride. So I'm very, very proud of that and really psyched about it.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I really am. I always want to see you happy and doing well, and people like you, it just shows, you know, you are a true entrepreneur, and you as you're moving on and as you're becoming more and more successful, you stop along the way and you teach your lessons.
That's right.
And going into the iSpa, for instance, you really did touch so many people. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Can I please? The iSpa conference was unbelievable. First of all, the fashion industry could take a few tips from the beauty industry.
Yeah.
There's a community in the industry, and people, although they compete for dollars, they reach across the aisles, they slap hands. It was such an amazing atmosphere there. And what's so great about it is that they really, so I had breakout sessions where, you know, I spoke and I gave breakout sessions about, you know, being an entrepreneur and, you know, failing fast, and it's not about how you hit the mat, it's how you get back up, and just, you know, motivational things that when I have things that are not going right, you know, and it happens all the time. Like everybody thinks, oh, everything, you know, my life is perfect, or you look at somebody else and say, God, they have it so perfect. We all have our stuff.
Yes.
You know, there's a saying, throw your problems in a circle and you run home with your own. You know what I mean?
So true.
So true, right?
Yes.
So everybody has their stuff, but what I like to do, what I didn't have is a lot of great mentors. You know, I actually had mentors through bad examples. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I like to I like to teach what I've learned, so that when someone's in a predicament, they say, you know what, Heather said she had it, and this is how I'm going to handle it.
Right.
You know, and I think the biggest lesson that I'm still learning too now is most of the time it's not on you, it's other people's stuff. You know, and
so true.
And you know, our most prized possession is our inner peace, and yet we give it away all the time. So you got to just keep that inner peace, because as women, especially, men carry the weight on their shoulders. We carry it right here on our chests, you know. And stress is a bitch. You know, it wreaks havoc.
I have my first gray.
You got your first gray? Oh, honey, catch up to me, girl.
I was like, what?
I was about your age when I started to get gray hair. And now I'm 44, and I'd be gray if I didn't highlight my hair.
Yeah, you're
the
22.
Italian jeans.
I know. It's got to be. And we just, like you say, you feel so much. Like you see somebody on the street, and they need something, and it will bother you for like 20 minutes after you saw them.
Yes.
Like you hold on to things, but you have so much compassion.
And so you got to kind of let it go. So I'm just trying to do that, you know, and teach and teach those lessons. And I love doing it, and it makes me so happy that I can inspire someone. I mean, what better situation to be in than to help another person? Absolutely. So I love doing it, and iSpa was amazing, and they had some great. Jewel was actually there today. I was so sad, and she's launched a collection, and she was teaching people how she writes a song, and she did a lesson, and there was like a metaphor in it about building a business and things like that. Mark Evans spoke as a keynote. He was incredible. I spoke in a Q&A breakout. It was wonderful.
That really is.
I am in heaven, product heaven. It's a sampling community. I have bags of beauty products.
No.
Oh my God. There's this new product called Salt of the Earth. It's amazing. There's so many great beauty products out there today.
Gosh.
I was dying.
Well, how old is Ella now?
Ella's 7.
Okay, I was gonna say you could share, but
she's into it. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, she has Ella's nail salon. She sets it up outside of our apartment in the hallway. She puts it up, manicures for $5. She's into it. She loves putting on makeup. She takes my old makeup, my makeup artist way. You know, we'll show her how to do something, and then she'll want to practice.
She is
so funny. She takes her little makeup pack to restaurants, and like waitresses let her do their makeup. She's like, do you mind if would you like a little blush?
What a ride!
She's unbelievable. She's such a ham, and she's actually a little entrepreneur herself.
She is.
So she's gonna go crazy with my bag. I'm actually gonna bring the bag to the office because I have so much stuff. I'm just gonna I should actually donate it to a charity. It's got so much amazing stuff. It's not even one bag.
You're
it's like
just
4 bags of product.
I can't even. You must be the coolest mom. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Like, if people have to stop, it's like when you sell lemonade and you're just adorable. How can you say no to the adorable child?
Exactly. And she's really works hard at it too. She tells them I could do tips, and it's $6 for a French. It's $5 for.
Oh my God, she knows to up it.
Isn't
and
that
the flower's an extra $2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What a riot.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So
and
fun.
Also, it was the no barriers.
Yes.
Now, was this something that you did over a weekend?
I did.
Just this past weekend?
This was a life-changing experience for me. So I went to Asheville, North Carolina with a company called MemFit, and they threw this event with no barriers. And Remember and Staber threw it. And it was at Mountain Air, which is a huge, beautiful resort in Asheville, North Carolina. And No Barriers and Soldiers to Summits was there. So Jeff Evans, who has Soldiers to Summits, and he's an expedition leader. He's incredible. He's been to the top of Kilimanjaro and like Everest like numerous times. And that's what he does. He's an expedition leader. And he met this guy, Eric Weinreiner, who is blind. And he actually just kayaked the Grand Canyon Level 7 rapids. Unbelievable.
That's nothing.
But he also climbed Everest blind, and Jeff Evans led him. So they inspired each other. So Eric had No Barriers. Jeff had Soldiers to Summits. And we got together in Asheville, North Carolina with a guy named Kyle Maynard, who just look him up, because if you're going to meet Kyle Maynard, he's the most inspirational person you'll ever meet and know. Read about, look at in your life. And I have the honor and privilege to call him my friend and know him, and he's incredible. So we were all there together, and we're supporting vets. We're supporting veterans of war who come home and they're lost. You know, and not only are they lost sometimes mentally and, re-socializing back in, but they've lost limbs. Yep. You know, they've been wounded. They're dealing with post-traumatic stress. And so climbing the mountain is metaphorical. And so Jeff Evans led it, and he was unbelievable.
I got goosebumps.
No, it was an unbelievable event. So I'm very proud to say that I'll be at the No Barriers annual event in Salt Lake City in July. And I'll be out there with Kyle, and we're going to climb a mountain together.
Oh, my God. Of course you are. You're going to climb a mountain.
We sure are.
You're
it's
nothing. Just a mountain.
Sure are. And Kyle is a quadruple amputee. And he climbs and he doesn't wear prosthetics. He's an unbelievable guy. You just have to look him up. Kyle Maynard, please look him up. He's amazing.
I see, it's situations like that and stories like that just show you, like, you can do anything.
You can do anything.
How do you say that you can't do something when this person did so much? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this guy Jeff Evans doesn't just bring people to the top of mountains and like be their expert. Like, it's all about life lessons and metaphorical. These are like spiritual journeys. You know, so he has a company called Mountain Vision, and he has Soldiers to Summits. And so hopefully I'll climb a mountain with him too.
I bet you will. I would put it past you.
I climbed a small one in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, just a small one? Oh, Heather, I love you. You're such an athlete. I climbed a small mountain. It was nothing. You're a riot. Oh my God,
excited.
I can't even. That is so cool. And but you do these things all the time. And do you feel like they're, you obviously have, you have an amazing family. You have an amazing life, and so many people look up to you. Are these the things that keep you grounded, or are you just naturally this humble, grounded person? Like,
this is really who I am. Like, I would have been just as happy living in, Boulder, Colorado, as I would have been living in New York City. Right. I definitely love and embrace the outdoors. I believe in the outdoors. I believe in working out not just for your butt, but for your brain.
Yeah.
And I really get enjoyment out of it. And I was raised in a very small town, very lower to middle class family. I would probably say lower middle class family, quite honestly. And we didn't have a lot, but I was taught I was taught values and ethics. And I hold on to that. Those are my prized possessions, along with my inner peace, And so that's just have to stay true to who I am. So if I'm successful and I've made something in life, well, I want to give back. And if I fail, I try to fail fast. You know what I mean? You're going to make mistakes. They're inevitable. So you better just learn from them, right? I always say it's only a mistake if you make it twice. If not, it's a lesson.
Right.
So I try to do those things. I've got, mostly women on my staff, which is not, it just so happens in the fashion industry. I do have guys on my staff, and they're amazing. But I empowering my girls. Yeah. You know what I mean? Teaching women, forget about, wanting to be at the table. You better make your own table. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Like, we're going to be at the table because we're going to make our own table. And it's a time for entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs provide jobs in this country. So I want to encourage people to go out there and follow their dreams and do the things that they love. Follow your passion. My friend Steve Harvey says it best. Your gift, right?
Yep.
It's the thing that you do that takes you the least amount of effort and brings you the most amount of joy.
See?
And so if you do that, it's only work if there's someplace you love doing this, right, Ash?
Yeah.
So that you love doing it. Yeah. So it's not work for you.
No.
It's only work if there's someplace else you'd rather be. So if you love what you do, you're going to be really good at what you do.
Absolutely.
No matter what it is. And I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a bartender. I don't care if you're the head of a Fortune 500 company. Just be the best at it that you can be.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
I just want to clone you so badly.
Aww.
I want to clone you and make 1,000 to 1,000,000 of you, because girls don't, there really are not enough people like you that are sending this message, and it's just, I see it every day, and I try so hard to be like you in the sense that I embrace other people. There's just the majority of girls are just very, they immediately have this chip on their shoulder. It's just like it's a competitive feeling. It's just everything is just so negative, and you just go to show that you don't have to be like that.
No.
You can be successful and want your friends to be successful.
Yeah, you want to be happy in life.
Yeah, I know.
Negativity is not a good emotion to carry around.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it off. And if you can't shake it off, it's your problem, then you got to attack, and you have to be honest and have a discussion. Or, just say it's really their problem. I'm not going to give away my inner peace.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's really, really important. I can tell you, starting Yummie is stressful. Starting a new business is stressful. Being on a reality show on top of it is stressful. Raising 2 little kids and one with health issues, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just
it's stressful. He's doing great. He really is. He's had a low-grade fever for the last 4 days. There's always something with Jax. He's complicated, but his spirit, let me talk to you about inspirational. This is my little soldier. This kid's spirit is never broken. He's never like, why me, mommy? Why all this stuff? Never. And only once in a while, if he's having a bad day, he's like, I have a really hard life, And I'm like, yes, you do. I will give you that.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? But he's just, these are learned behaviors, So Kyle Maynard, this guy I was talking about, is a perfect example. Kyle Maynard is who he is today because he had that inside, but because of his parents. what his parents taught him, what they instilled in him. And they said this world is not set up for Kyle, so Kyle's going to need to adapt himself to this world.
Oh, my God.
And that's what they did. And so that's the same. I don't treat Jax like he's special.
Right.
You know, or that he's any different than anybody else. And I think that will be his greatest gift later. And I think it hopefully is now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And while I'm counting on it anyway.
Well, I said that to you last time. Your children are, you know, I mean, obviously they're so lucky and they're so blessed to have you, but really it's so important the way you are parented. And I didn't realize that until I grew up and you know, good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's just you got to make your situation better. Whether you have to parent yourself or you find...
Exactly.
But the people that had the perfect parents growing up, they're not always doing the best, but it's just...
Because there's no such thing as that.
No, there's not.
No such thing as a perfect parent.
You are such an
usually,
amazing
like, if your parent has something, like, you got to let go of that as you grow older and adult. You got to start to take responsibility for yourself and stop blaming your parents at some point. You know, the minute you can get a job and move out of the house, and then it's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can either say, well, geez, they did the best they could, and you let it go, and you're grateful at least for that. Or, you know, you decide what you need to do. Maybe you want to talk it through or whatever. But everyone just does their best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes their best isn't good enough for you, and that's fair. But as long as you always do your best, you always push to 100%, you don't have to worry about anybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's really what I believe in. People come out of pretty horrific conditions, some that we can't even imagine, and they are winners.
Yeah.
You know, and they are winners, and that's what I like. That's the kind of stuff that turns me on.
I love. And do you ever? Some successful people that I've spoken to, a lot of them say that they never stop and smell the roses. They never feel like they've accomplished anything.
Yeah.
Do you actually sit and say, "Wow, I did this"?
I do, and I do it with my team,
See,
and it's really important for me to do that because, you know, a lot of people don't do that. And when we have a great successful launch, like we came out of iSpa, slapping, we all had an unbelievable time, and we worked hard. I mean, we were on the floor. I was speaking. We were busy. You know, it's Las Vegas. You know, the clock never stops, and we're so proud of the show. And so I do congratulate my girls. And I'm not so great at patting myself on the back, you know, but I definitely can recognize when we're doing some great things, and we're definitely doing some great things, and I'm really proud of it.
I'm so glad you said that. So many people I talk to, they're like, well, when you spoke to this person or that person, they said that they don't ever feel proud. Is that the key to success?
Right.
Never feeling proud? I'm like, I don't think so.
No.
Let me get back to you on that.
No, that's some baggage you gotta erase.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You gotta get rid of that baggage.
Exactly.
Yeah, and definitely smell the roses.
Absolutely. So, I want to get into a few things with Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Now, I know we can't really talk about what's coming up or anything, but is there anything at all that you can divulge about the upcoming season 7, I think?
Right, season 7. So Bravo hasn't made any announcements, but at this juncture, there's been nothing, you know, official.
Got it.
But there's a lot of rumors going on.
There are.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz going on. Exactly.
Well, I know everybody wants to see you come back. I know you, Carol, Kristen, that's the main thing that people want, and that's what I see all the time on social media. So hopefully they, and myself included, get that wish and that we do see that happen. I understand that we don't know yet, but I think Bravo would be a little bit... I think they'd be a little stupid not to ask you guys that. I mean, truthfully, a lot of people don't want to see certain people come back. And they want to see some people replaced. But there's so many rumors going on. Now, whether or not there are certain people coming back or not, Aviva, who knows, whatever. But in terms of Bethany, but there's a lot of rumors going on with her. You know Bethany.
Yes,
so it'd be cool for you to have.
I mean, I think it'd be great if Bethany wanted to come back. Listen, you know, I did her talk show with her. I don't know her at all, but I did her talk show, and I had a great time. You know, she was great. And so, you know, if Bethany wants to come back to the show, I think that's fantastic. Yeah. She should come on back.
Well, you're a lot alike in a sense. You both are entrepreneurs. And you both started your own brands, your own businesses. There's not a lot of housewives that have done it very successfully. Really, when I thought about it, I mean, obviously Carol was already an author prior.
Exactly. Carol and I had businesses before we were on the show.
Right, exactly. But I feel like it's very difficult to launch something once you've already been on the Housewives and everybody's doing it.
You know why? I can tell you that. I can answer that question. I'll answer two things. First of all, to digress, I think what will be exciting about season 7 is the authenticity of the relationships. So I think that that's something a little bit new to the franchise generally, and I think New York's got that going on for sure. Each franchise is so very different. You know, I don't even think they can be compared. They're almost like sororities in a way.
Right.
They're very different. We just kind of live under the umbrella of Bravo.
Well, the authenticity, I have to say, it started when you and Carol and Kristen came on,
Right.
and everybody says that. That's not
exactly. And so we
really,
can, you know, our hope, that's who we are, and so we hope to carry on that authenticity and bring more authenticity to the show. And you know, Luann and I and Carol and I and Kristen and I, like, we all really hang out. They are really my friends. When we're not filming, I'm talking to them. I just talked to Luann for 20 minutes on the phone because I've been traveling. She's like,
Right.
Mama, where you been?
Yeah.
You know, and Razzie and I are like sisters. So I talk to her like almost every day. And Kristen is the wife of one of my best friends for 20 years. So, and she and I have, the show actually even brought us closer together.
I bet it did.
You know what I mean? Because we got to spend time together that we didn't in normal life have to, you know, time to spend. So the authenticity is there, and that's what we're looking to bring, is that authentic, you know, and I think the dynamic between us, and even Ramona and I, you know what I mean? Like, our relationship, good, bad, or ugly, when it's authentic. I don't bullshit with Ramona.
No, you don't.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm not going to do that. And she can try to bullshit with me, but I don't allow it. So I think that's what will be really interesting about season 7. And, you know, in terms of businesses, I think a lot of times why businesses aren't successful when the ladies try to launch them on the show is because they're not authentic. Because they're using the platform to try to make money. And I'm not saying that everything is not authentic, but you gotta build a business and build a brand for a reason. You want to exist for a reason. You want to have a different perspective, a different point of view, offer a point of differentiation. I was just talking about that with all the spa owners when I was speaking. Oops, I dropped my microphone.
That's all right.
When I was speaking to them, I said to them, you know, everybody can get a deep tissue massage, but what is your deep tissue? What's your angle on yours at your spa? What makes it different? You're in this business for a reason, right? Why?
Yes.
And you got to make that your core, the content of every message that you have, and that's what you want to push out there. So when people are doing these businesses kind of like off the cuff, they're not doing that proper research. They're not really doing that. And that's why I don't think they really turn into anything. You know, Bethany was a chef, and she wanted to be on television and do cooking shows and this type of thing. And so, you know, Skinny Girl was something that came out of years of you know, not of failure. You know what I mean? And I mean that in a very positive way.
Yeah.
She kept getting, it wasn't how she hit the mat, it was how Bethany kept getting back up, getting back up, getting back up.
She talks about
and that I admire. I think
Yeah.
that that's fantastic. So that's why she had the success that she had with Skinny Girl.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No, you
Yummie
hit
existed,
the nail on the head.
You know, before I did the show, and
Yes.
I've been a fashion designer for, I can say, you know, now it's like over 25 years. I used to say, I should just say for over 20 years, right? Because 2
years. That's what in LA says. I've been out here for 6 months. Yeah,
Yes,
all right,
right,
honey,
yeah,
6 months. Okay.
yeah.
But
You know, so that's part of my brand. But I wouldn't do anything just for the sake of the show ever. You know, I really, the show is there to track my life. That's my job. My job is to bring my reality into your living rooms. And so I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to deliver that.
You did an amazing job, and you carried yourself so well at the reunion,
you.
obviously throughout the entire season. And I always wonder when I watch it, because I do know you, and I know you are exactly what I'm watching. There's nothing different. You're so authentic. You really are. But I often wonder, why put yourself in this predicament sometimes? Because it's like you're so positive, and you're such a good person. So are there ever times where you're like, I think I need to just...
Yes.
These people are toxic.
Yes, 100%. Last season especially was difficult with Aviva, because why I lost my cool with Aviva, which I don't normally lose when I blow up pretty gangsta. But, you know, I learned from Puffy. But the funny thing is that she encroached on my values. And that's what infuriated me. I could not imagine, and I don't agree with trying to crawling up somebody else's back to get ahead. Right. And by slandering and saying, lying about Carol's career. I mean, my girlfriend sits down, and first of all, she wrote the book was her bio about her life, about the death of her husband. I mean, how low can you go?
Right.
Number one. But number two, that's her career. So that really I'm not the kind, and people, you know, he's like, it's not your business. Why are you involved in it? You know why? Because if the guy falls down in the subway, I'm going to reach down and pick him up. If a guy drops his wallet on the street, I'm going to not watch the other guy pick it up and run with it. I'm going to say, hey, that's not your wallet. I mean, I stand up for what I believe in, and I believe in right over wrong. And so I'm going to speak out for that. That's what my heroes do. They stand up and speak out for what they believe in. So I'm not just, you know, someone who watches the world go by. I'm in the game.
Right. And I love that you don't do it just because it's your friend. If your friend's wrong, you'll call it your friend.
I would tell it. Yes, no, absolutely. And by the way, Aviva and I were friendly. And we were.
Oh, you were. I was
calling. And, you know, initially I was calling her out. Like I was saying, wait, what do you know? Because when Carol said that she had said that, I did my own investigation with her. I just said, oh, let me see. And then she told me the same story. You know, I heard she had her books ghostwriter. I said, I can't believe that she's going to do this.
Right.
She's actually going to do this. And so I implored her not to. And she had every opportunity to change, you know, her story. And she just kept, you know, the ball rolling, and you know, we'll see what happens with Aviva.
Was she your friend first before Carol?
No, I met them equally at the same time.
Oh, that's crazy.
We literally, like, for me, it was like summer camp. You know, we met at summer camp. We were like the three new girls. And, you know, to answer your questions, yeah, you know, so that was toxic. But I have gotten so much positive out of the show. You know, Carol's one of my best friends. You know, I wouldn't have that relationship with her if it weren't in the show. Luann, you know what I mean? I have this opportunity to play with Kristen like I do on the show. You know, so I've grown. I've learned. I've grown. I will never blow up and say, don't tell me nothing, motherfucker, on television again. I didn't like to see it, but I still stand by it.
Right.
I stand by it.
To,
you know, I have no regrets.
No.
You know what I mean? But I have lessons, and there are learnings. So, you know, I do the show because I believe that it's a platform that I can bring awareness to things that are important to me, whether it's philanthropic, whether it's organ donation or hearing loss or, you know, bronchiectasis, a chronic lung disease. You know, these are all things that Jax has, or just being a mom and a couple dealing with a kid with health issues that someone can turn on their TV to check out and say, oh my God, I'm not alone. Like, that they can relate to it. So there's that piece of it. And then it's to spread the message of my values and who I am and what I stand for, and what my brand means and what Yummie means. So Yummie and I we are one. I am my brand, and my brand is me, and I want women to feel confident, and I want women to feel good when they leave the house, to start their day right.
Yes.
You know, and if I can put them in the right clothes, that's the first step. Those essentials that you need every day that are going to boost your confidence. If I can just do that, and then on the side, you know, throw a little of my life lessons in there as well. Well, geez, that's awesome. Well, and the show gives me that opportunity.
I really hope nobody comes in the way of that for you, because that, I mean, not that anybody will, but you know, because you deal with these people that want to, because you have, I know, exactly, because you really, if people could just leave you alone, you will be able to do all of that and more, and that's why people love you, and that's why people relate to you. And you know, it does remind me a little bit about, I don't know, do you watch any other Real Housewives franchises?
You know what, I did a little bit. You know how I got hooked on the Real Housewives was Beverly Hills.
Oh, no way.
So that was the first Housewives that I ever watched. And then when they asked me to be on New York, I did, you know, I did a lot of, like, you know, investigation.
Yes.
But I have not seen anything this season at all.
Okay.
I have not watched one show this season at all. I've just been so busy, and I haven't really had time. But I watched a little bit of Beverly Hills because, you know, I know some of the girls, and I would watch a little bit of Jersey because, you know.
Well, Jacqueline, I was going to say.
Jacqueline and Chris Larita. I know Chris through the industry. Chris and I met years ago. You know, he's in fashion. So, he used to work at Joe Boxer, was one of his companies years and years ago. And so Chris and I met out in Vegas at the Magic Show through a mutual friend, and then he had Baby Fat, or you know, Rockaware Girls. He had Rockaware Girls. I have
no idea. I don't think he's ever talked about.
So a lot of my friends, so he's been. So I've known Chris for a long time. So of course, then I got to know his wife Jacqueline.
Yes.
And then through Chris, I got to know Caroline. You know what I mean? And then through Jacqueline, I actually got to know Melissa.
Okay.
So, you know, New Jersey is just right across the bridge,
That's so
you know.
Fun. Well, no,
I don't know Teresa or Joe or any of those guys, but like I just know them as they're friends and, you know, kind of acquaintances. But
well, I was gonna say, because Jacqueline is a lot like you in the sense that she uses the Housewives as a platform to also raise awareness for her son.
You know, unfortunately, her son was diagnosed after she was a housewife, and I think that was a very difficult year for her. Yeah, she came back strong.
But did she come back?
Yeah.
I feel like she would have come back a little bit for that too, just because so many people like you,
I'm
like
sure
they just
she
outpour.
did. I haven't talked to her about it personally, and I'm sure, and I know that she was not in, and now she's in. And again, I haven't watched any of the episodes, so I don't know what's going on. But I did run into her at an Us Weekly party. She and Melissa, and it was me and Razzie were there together, and it was so fun to see them, and we just had fun as girls catching up.
She's very sweet,
I feel like
you.
the Housewives are, like I said, like a sorority. We're sister girls.
So true.
We're sister girls, or whether you know them or not, there's a sense of sorority.
Yes.
Yeah,
you all. I feel like in a sense, you all kind of, even if you don't know each other, you just feel like you know each other, just because you're all in this together in a sense,
Yes.
But I love the way you carry yourself in all of the, not just in life, but on the show, because it could be very easily, I can't imagine having camera there. I would probably want to play it up a little bit and want to change a little bit just because I want to be entertaining, and you set your ways. I love that.
I think that's fair to say, and I think that I don't do that because I don't think that that's authentic.
No, it's not.
Listen, this is something I might do, on the show. Like, if let me say Sonia's been, had a really rough night. You know what I mean? The first thing I said when I saw her in real life, I wouldn't be like, well, how you feeling after a rough night? I just wouldn't bring it up. But on a TV show, you kind of have to nudge, you poke the lion just a little bit, and that happens with everybody. When there's an issue, you want to, because we don't have time to get through a storyline sometimes that might take months. You know what I mean? We film for we tape for about 5 months, but you do kind of have to get to the point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So maybe that's what I do that I wouldn't maybe do in life so much, although I'm a very direct person. I still have a little bit more couth.
Right. I think you have a lot of couth.
I have chutzpah but couth.
I think you have a lot of couth. And do you have any past friendship with Jill Zarin at all? Do you know her just because you guys are in New York together?
No. Okay, so I met Jill Zarin. She used to wear Yummie. She was a big fan of Yummie. And Bethany also used to wear, and then they both launched shapewear line, so I guess they wear their own now.
Yeah.
But I met Jill Zarin when she wore Yummie. I met her at a publicity office once, before I was a housewife, and that was it. And then she's been on Watch What Happens Live at one point, and she was talking about me and my children, and she said my children aren't Jewish. So I don't really have much to, room in my life for someone who's talking about me that doesn't even know me and talking about my kids.
Yeah, no.
And by the way, their grandfather was one of the most famous rabbis in the country. So whatever.
But you know what?
Whatever,
this is
Zarin.
No, let me tell you. I know. I'll tell you. Let her say what she wants. That's probably the reason why. Whatever.
You know what? That's just that's just
right.
sour grapes.
You shouldn't talk about
She's
kids.
Just pissed she got fired, and she's taking it out on me. Well, that's all it is.
I don't know. I saw rumors too that she was coming back, but I can't see that happening with Bethany. And
I'm pretty confident that that's not going to happen. Right. But I could be wrong.
Right. You never know.
You never know.
I know.
You never know. Bravo's got up their sleeves to try to shake our ship.
Well, they
rock our boat.
But they even once they're fired, they try so hard to get back on. It's just interesting. You see them on Watch What Happens Live. Like last night, I saw Gretchen on, and she was just, really talking a lot about Tamra, and I'm just like, once you're off, just
see, that's exactly what I'm talking. Don't let anyone take your inner peace.
Yeah.
Shake that off.
Yeah.
That is just, I don't even think I wouldn't want to watch that on television.
No, you're the new generation of housewives.
Let's hope so.
I'm telling you. I told you when I saw you first time. It's true. It really is, and this is why I just hope that they focus more on you and get more storylines with you too. Because they were all really my favorite ones.
Oh,
I didn't fast forward through anybody else. Sonia, I love Sonia. I have to watch everything Sonia does. She's amazing. She's so funny. I love them all. I love you guys all of you.
Thanks.
They all have big heart. Even Aviva. Whatever. At the end of the day, everybody has a heart. Everybody's a good person in some way. So I'm keeping my mouth shut about all
That's very glasses half full of you.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us that you're doing right now?
Oh my God.
Not that you're not doing anything at this time.
First of all, love being in LA as always. I was just at Bloomingdale's and they have my denim, and
it was
great. Yeah, it was great.
So cool.
Oh, it's so great. I love Bloomies, and it's a beautiful store here, and they're actually going through a big renovation, so I can't wait to come back and see what they do. But I am leaving on Friday for Miraval Spa. I'm going out to Arizona to Miraval Spa. I had a contest where we launched my active at the trade show at iSpa, but we're officially launching it kind of to the world at Miraval. And we ran a contest to have someone come and spend the weekend at Miraval and work out with me.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know, and I had a lovely woman win from Michigan, and she and her friend are meeting me at Miraval, and I have a whole slew of my girls going. So it's kind of this big girls retreat. A lot of the ladies from Asheville, North Carolina, from the No Berries event, all booked rooms, and they're coming.
God.
So we kick it off with a 3-hour hike, of course, and then lunch. And Miraval is really a place that is pretty special. So I'm excited to go and get a little pampering and get some education on how to go out there and balance and keep that wellness moving.
Can we just get a spin-off of just you? I feel like you're like the next Oprah. Is this crazy to me? I feel like there's going to be like an H network. And just, you have this like, this storm of women that are just behind you, like this force of women that are just like behind you, and they're just empowering you, and you're empowering them. And it's just, when you just said that, I just pictured just the longevity of your career so much farther ahead than Real Housewives could ever be. You broke the mold, and you said that, you really proved that you don't have to be a jerk and you don't have to do this or that. This short-term 15 seconds of fame,
right.
it's not
there's a place and a time for everything, and the Housewives is not in my future for a long, this has been a moment in time, and for me there has to be a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I want to see the project through, and I think season 7 will be a great season, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We go from there.
When would you start shooting if you were to do season 7?
Probably soon. Probably soon.
All right. Fingers crossed, everyone. Thank you so much. I absolutely love you. You know that.
I love you back, girl.
I really do.
I love coming out here and being on AfterBuzz. It's a great show, and I feel like I've watched you guys grow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In your infancy. So congratulations to you guys, and Maria for all you do here. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, and you have to come back if you're back in LA.
When I'm in LA, I'm going to be hanging with you, girl. I promise.
And where can we find you on Twitter and Instagram?
At I am Heather T.
Okay.
At I am Heather T is my Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
And you can go to yummylife.com and you can see all the new products that we've launched. Please do.
And Yummie by HT on Twitter.
Yep.
And Instagram too.
Yummie by HT.
Okay.
At I am Heather T. Yep, is me, and then Yummie by HT in Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love you. And you can find me at Ashley Daniels on Twitter and Miss Ashley Daniels on Instagram. And we will see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.